Hello and welcome to this Colib introduction video. The scheduler in Colib is where I can see the appointments in my calendar and also schedule a new one. So here I'll click on the date and time. Two things I'll have to do is select the client. I can actually select more than one and then select the appointment type. Appointment type is a great way to automate lots of things such as the duration, price, description for the invoice, and communications that are tailored for each and every appointment types. And that's it, my appointment is created. My scheduler can be customized using multiple practitioners. If it's a clinic settings, as you can see, there is a color code for one color per practitioner. You can also view the weekly view, the daily view for more details. If you're a single practitioner, you can also use the color code per appointment type just to see different colors for different appointment types. When you create an appointment, communications are automated, so your clients will receive SMS and emails with the date and time, the video conferencing link if it's an online meeting, and you can customize communications based on the appointment type, such as including an online form for intake or consent. If you don't have a website, you can use the web page that we give you, and you can describe your practice, your services, give your business hours and main information on that page. It's like a mini website that we give you and that you can use pretty simply with Colib. Now the next page after that will be, of course, the booking page that you can also customize with your appointment types. You can create categories, subcategories to orientate your clients. It's a pretty simple process. Important to note your clients do not have to create an account to book. It will, of course, create a client file if they're not an existing client. And the booking process is pretty simple. They'll select the type, then select the date and time based on your availability and confirm. Important to note, you can also have an option to ask for a credit card there. After your appointment is done, you can come back to the scheduler, click on the appointment, and you'll have several options to automate invoicing. So if you use the status, for example, and mark the appointment as completed, you can automate sending an invoice. You'll have other options to create the invoice or charge your client. If you have a credit card, I like to use the invoice icon because it's quick, and then that will show me the invoice creation process. It's usually a one-click process. You don't need to add anything because we already have the appointment type. So the price and the description for the invoice is already there, but of course, you will have the possibility to customize things, add products or services, or just add extra time to your invoice. Your notes and terms and footer information will already be pre-filled based on your settings. So it's really a one-click process. You can hit save and your invoice is generated. It will have your information at the top right, client information on the left, and then from there you can either send it to your client, you can add a customized message, or you could just download it or not send it if you've already been paid. Of course, if you're charging by credit card, the receipt will automatically go out and you don't have to do anything. If you're being paid by cash or Interact e-transfer, you'll have to mark the appointment and the invoice as paid so that you can actually send the receipt. So this option on the right becomes send receipt instead of sending invoice. It's almost exactly the same except the PDF and the receipt that they'll receive actually shows that it's been paid with the date, and that's what they can send to their insurance for a claim. Your Invoices tab will also be the place that's the great area to look at your revenue, how much you've made. So you can filter, for example, here for all of 2023. You can filter per practitioner, you can filter per client, per status. Maybe you just want to look at what you have been paid actually and not pay taxes or anything on anything that's not paid. And you'll have option to export that as Excel or QuickBooks files. Now let's have a look at notes and charting. I always like to come back to my scheduler, click on the appointment, and then I can click on the client name, which will open up the client file. So at the top, there will be the general client information, some of which, of course, will be pre-filled by an online form. If there is one, it's automated. Then below that, you'll have the notes sections. So you can link a note to an appointment, and you'll have a text editor here allowing you to type in your note. Templates are very useful. If you have a structure that you're using often, you can create templates in your settings and use them when writing notes. I can click on this microphone button to start recording my voice. This is very useful if I like to dictate my notes instead of typing them. That feature works very well from a computer, but also from a tablet or phone. As you'll see, it takes a few seconds to process for security reasons and encryption, but the result is fairly accurate. And as you can see, all punctuation is there, and even with my accent, I can record a very accurate note. Now let's wait a little bit. And there we go. Here is the notes I just dictated, so you can pause if you need and take a look. The text editor also offers features such as checkboxes, lists, and anything you need to make it look your own. So after that, you can just save. Your note will be in a draft mode, and you can sign it, which will lock it. So when it's just saved but not signed, you can still modify it. And after you sign it, it will not be modifiable and will be marked as signed. You'll have an option to send notes to your clients if needed, and they'll receive it as an email. Let's now take a look at settings and especially the booking page. So the booking page is where I'll be able to enable online booking, and I can customize the URL of the colib.io/booking/my-own-brand. I'll have lots of options to customize the way I want to let people book. I can also ask for credit card information and update. And so another very important part of the settings will be appointments. Appointments is the area where I can customize appointment types. Appointment types are very important because that's where you can customize things a lot per appointment. So of course the duration, if there is a buffer, if they are available for online booking, if they are online and require a video conferencing link, then you'll have the invoicing information, price, if there is any tax, and then customize communication. So it's very important to note you can customize communications per appointment type, which means, for example, here it's a new client, and you can link a new client intake form or consent. And of course, that will be automated with the email that goes out to your client. The online form will allow your client to enter information that will go directly to their client file. So they can simply fill it out, sign it, and submit it. Now let's look at the invoices settings. This is where you can customize things for your invoices. You can trigger automations to send invoice automatically after an appointment is marked as completed. You can also add automations to charge for no-shows and late cancellation. You can either put a flat fee or percentage of the appointment price. You'll also have the opportunity to customize your note terms and footer information that go at the bottom of your invoice. Another setting that can be important is notes. That's where you can create the templates we just talked about. So you can create your structure here and save it and then use it whenever you create a note. An extremely powerful feature we provide you is AI note generation. This compliant feature will make a transcript out of your online meetings and transform that into a summary. So you can see an example, which is of course not with a real client, and that transcript will then turn into a summary that goes directly into your notes. When it's time for my appointment, I like to come to my scheduler, click on the appointment. From there, I can just click on the video link, and that will open up a new window where I can please set up my microphone, camera, and join. And I can just wait here that my client also joins. The video conferencing tool is integrated into Colib, so of course it's compliant and it's included with your subscription. As we've seen earlier, online forms can be added and integrated with reminders, but here is how you can create and edit them. To create a new form, you can click on the Add Form button. You'll be able to create one from scratch, upload a PDF or Word document, and Colib will read it and create a form, or simply browse our library and select one of them. The icon with an eye is a preview of your form, so you can take a look, go through it. And then the icon with the pen would be the edit button where you can go and edit your form. You'll have lots of options for customization, and then you can, of course, edit the question, add some of them. The form supports conditional questions and also mapping with the client file. If you're interested in joining Colib and you already have a client base, you will have the options under the Client tab to upload a list of clients. In your settings, you'll have lots of other options to customize things to make them your own. You can manage rooms if you have any, and going back to the scheduler settings, you'll have lots of customization possible, as we've mentioned earlier, using a code per appointment type, and an option that can be very useful if you are seeing clients, for example, online and in person, is availability group. Availability groups make it possible to say when appointment types will be bookable or not, and you can have different groups. So for example, there would be a Wednesday where you're in person and you have a clinic space. You can select the in-person types, and then the other day can be online. This allows you to ensure you are booked with the right appointment types at the right time of the week. And this is it for this Colib introduction video. I hope you liked it and you found useful information. You can create an account today and you'll have 30 days of free trial no matter what. If you have more specific questions, please get in touch and we'll be happy to discuss your needs. Thank you for watching this video.